Hey guys, tonight I'm gonna make homemade hamburgers to go with the previous video with our hamburger buns. So I have 2.5 pounds of just ground hamburger meat. I got the one from Costco. I do believe it's the 80/20. I use 1 egg because it is homemade hamburger patties to kind of hold the hamburger meat together. I'm going to dice up half an onion really small to keep the hamburger juicy because I'm gonna cook them on a cast iron skillet. And then of course salt and pepper to taste and a little bit of garlic. So first I'm going to show you guys how I chop my onions. I'm not a professional. My mom taught me how. So I've already done this, but you cut it down this way and then you cut it across this way, okay? So you do it twice and then you come across and you hold it, but make sure you don't cut your fingers off, please. And then just cut sections and then hold your fingers back like a claw so that if you do hit yourself with a knife, it's going down and it's not cutting off a fingertip, okay? And then we're gonna cut these really small. So I'm just gonna do a rough chop and then I'm gonna go back and chop them again. Now, if you have a fancy dancy food processor, you can just stick it in there. I used to have a small one, but I broke it. So, and I'm just lazy. I'm waiting for Black Friday to get me a new one. So, and then I'm just going to chop this up real small. I have great kids. My kids do not have an issue with onions. They don't have an issue with hardly any vegetables. So if these are too big for them, it's not a big deal. The main thing is that we're making it in our hamburger patty to give it flavor and to keep it moist because I'm cooking it inside on a cast iron skillet. All right. I just want them incredibly small. That way it's easy to form the patty too. It doesn't mess with when you form the patty. And you don't want to overwork your meat because that's how you get a tough burger. Awesome. It looks pretty good. I know I'm making a mess. It's okay. It happens. That's why I'm not a professional. Okay, and it goes with the hamburger meat. And then you shouldn't have a crack on the bowl because if you could get eggshell in there, but I don't always practice what I preach and I just go with it. All right. So now, not that. I'm just gonna add all the seasoning, salt, pepper, and garlic. Again, salt and pepper is just to taste. Probably with the garlic too. If you don't want garlic in your burger patties, you don't have to put them in. Again, it's just to give it a little bit of flavor and to help keep them moist because I'm cooking it on the skillet. And give me one sec. As you can see, I'm on a new garlic because we really like garlic in this house, so I'm just gonna load it up. And make sure your hands are clean because I'm using my hands. Your hands are your best kitchen utensil, but you can use a wooden spoon if you prefer to use a wooden spoon. I wash my hands. I'm just gonna go in and I'm gonna get everything combined. Remember, don't overwork your meat because you'll get a tough burger patty and you don't want that. And if you think it's gross, like I said, use a wooden spoon, or if you have like plastic gloves you can use. I've seen people use that, but it doesn't bother me. My parents taught me how to cook from a young age, so raw meat doesn't bother me. Just make sure you wash your hands and wash your hands after so you don't cross-contaminate. Make sure you wash all your utensils. Don't use the same bowl for your lettuce and all that before washing it in really hot water, hot soapy water. Okay, I got all my mixture, all of my onion, my garlic, my salt and pepper mixed in really well. So what I like to do is, this is a lot because I'm feeding a lot this week. I got, don't know how to speak English. I have 6 people at my house tonight. So let me grab some parchment paper and a plate because I'm gonna line my patties up. Okay, so now we're gonna make patties. So we like bigger hamburgers here, and remember it's 80-20, so it's gonna shrink down. I just grab a ball, forget my hands, and if you kind of put a divot in the middle so your hamburger cooks evenly when you put it in the skillet, that way you ensure that it cooks all the way through. I do have a meat thermometer that I will use. I don't check all of them, but if you're not familiar with cooking beef, you should check them. Ground beef needs to be to 165 to be done. If you're using Angus, I do believe you do not have to cook it all the way through. I would definitely check with the, I think it's the USDA, I don't know what it is, the FDA, something like that. They have a website that gives you all of the internal temperatures that your food should be at, that's safe to eat, so you won't give your family food poisoning, because that's horrible. And then I am gonna make some smaller because I have a little one who's not a huge fan of meat, but he'll at least eat a little bit of it. So I'll make him a small one. All right, guys, I'm just gonna continue to shape these and we'll be right back. And then I'll show you, we're gonna make some French fries to go along with these, and we'll show you how we make those too. So before I put my hamburger patties on or start them, I am actually warming up my skillet on medium-high heat with some olive oil in it, and I want to show you how I make potato wedge fries. I wash my potatoes before I cut them, and then I just cut them in half, and then whatever desired thickness you like on your potato wedges. Just kind of eyeball it. Again, if you had a food processor, you could use one of its attachments and make your own fries super fast. Hamburgers and fries is a really quick and easy meal, especially if you're doing it during the work week. It's just as good as getting something from fast food, if not better. And it's better for you because you can control all the fat and the salt that's going into it. Okay, so I have my potatoes. I'm gonna put some extra virgin olive oil because that's the oil that I prefer to use. Just drizzle it on. Salt and pepper to taste. And I have my oven set at 400 degrees. I have an air fryer too. If you have an air fryer, you could do these in batches. I just have a lot of people eating tonight, so I figured this would be the fastest. But you could do the air fryer and just set it at 400 and use mine has a potato button that I just hit and it does them perfectly. Oh, that was garlic powder, and now I'm gonna put onion powder. This is another reason why I love making fries at home, because I can put whatever seasonings I want on my fries. This is rosemary, so I'm making rosemary fries. And then, again, make sure your hands are washed, especially if you are like me and you just made hamburger patties. Wash them really good. I washed my pan, my hands, and the area that I was working on. So now we're gonna mix. So we make sure that every single fry is coated with the olive oil, because when I put it in my oven, I don't want it to stick to my pan, because then you get a mushy fry that's burnt halfway through. It's very not happy, and it makes you very angry when you spent all this time making them pretty. Try to get it in one layer. I have a lot of fries on here, so I don't doubt I'm gonna get one layer. Close enough. I'm gonna stick it in my oven at 400 degrees. I'm gonna check it in about 20 minutes because mine are thick potatoes, and just go from there. All right. Okay, so I'm just gonna do my hamburgers in a cast iron skillet. Look at my baby one. That's gonna be last. So you just, I put about 2 tablespoons of olive oil in here. It doesn't need a lot because these hamburgers are the 80-20, so they have a good amount of fat on them. I'm cooking at medium-high heat. I do not have a splatter guard. If you have a splatter guard, use the splatter guard because it is gonna pop. I just make me a foil tent and kind of clean up my oven as it goes. All right, well, I'm gonna work on these burgers, have my fries in the oven. We will see you when it's all done. Okay guys, I just wanted to show you how I check the meat to see if it's done. Like I said, I don't use it on all of them, but if you want to check to see if your meat is done, you just get a thermometer that is heat resistant. That means it's not gonna burn up on you when you're cooking with it. And then you stick it into the middle of your patty and just wait for it to tell you what the temperature is. So mine are not done yet. They're only at 130 and they need to go to 165. So we're gonna leave it in there just a little bit longer. Good? Okay. Okay guys, these are our French fries. They turned out great. And this is our hamburger. So I just wanna show you how to cut your hamburger bun. Just make sure it's super easy. Make sure you use a bread knife. And don't cut yourself, please. And there you go, super easy. And I just want to show you an assembled burger, how awesome it looks. Put whatever condiments you like on yours. This is just how I like to do mine. And then burger. And then I put pickles. Score mussels. And there you go. And if you're fancy, you can cut it in half. Stop. And I got a fry stolen because my family is dying. They're starving. And look, that hamburger was cooked perfect. And it's nice and juicy because we put the onions and the garlic. And then there's the fries. I hope you guys enjoy.